We're, aren't we? Kurt. Yeah, he's right there. Hey, what's up? Oh, it's on. I didn't think it was on. Yeah, grab a mic stand. What's up? We're back. Radio Axiom. Step into the light. All right. The yerba mate is starting to kick in a little bit. I'm like finally coming to life. Can I be on this side? This is my side. Thanks. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
Good. Enjoying the show.
Cool. I am too. Yeah, it's been really great. Great having all these people out here. Do you know these guys from around?
I'm a fan. I'm just kind of getting more acquainted. I've been a fan of their music, and that's where it kind of starts as a fan, inspired. And the community is the strongest. The hip hop community is as strong as I've ever seen it here. So honored to play with you cats. By the way, yeah. So it's a cool community because you don't maybe necessarily know someone's real name.
Yeah.
You might know their rap name.
Yeah.
Or their music. You might feel like you know them a little more than you do, but
I can't get it up any further.
So.
No.
How's that? Is that all right?
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys? Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to put faces to names, or if you just see them, performing, but to actually get some FaceTime with them and talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and I mean, music's like a higher form of communication. So when you hear someone's heart on tape, through the speakers, it's a special thing. It's a special thing. So while you might not know that person, you're catching a story or a vibe that might have taken place at some point, coming to life, and it has an effect, as we all know. So it's dope to be a part of that.
And how long have you been a part of the San Diego hip hop scene, or involved with hip hop in general?
Let's see. I think I put my first album out in 2005. So, yeah. I don't know if that.
Yeah. What was your first album?
It's called Ink Spots. Yeah. So.
Is it just you on that album?
Just me, actually, featuring my homie Kendall Carter.
Okay.
One of the few rap verses I've heard. That cat, he's a super producer out here, and he's produced tracks on my other albums. But yeah, so that's taking it way back. And I produced that whole album too. So usually I'll do kind of both.
So you're not only a poet, but you also write music and sample and make beats?
Yeah.
Okay. And you have a new album that you're working on, Ancient Graffiti.
Yeah.
How long have you been working on it?
It seems like years. It probably has been years. Yeah, some songs are like a few months old. Some of them are like 3 years old. So it kind of takes some time to shape things sometimes. I'll be playing a couple new songs tonight too. So I'm just kind of starting to perform them live, and once I do that, I kind of get to know it a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the final stage for me,
The final stage of being done with it, being not done, but saying okay, it's finished, and releasing it to the world. Releasing it to the world. Yeah. Cool. Who are you inspired by? You mentioned that you really like the unconstructed sort of free forms of art. What else inspires you? Or
that's a big question. Like I said before, like artists in the community for sure, and like that's the most immediate, I think. And just people that enact change with words and with their just the power of maybe not necessarily poetry, maybe hip hop, maybe poetry, maybe speaking and bringing people together, but just, besides the musical influences, just life, just a lot. And just kind of wanting to take something that maybe I don't hear out there. And I kind of look at it like, inventing a new like color for your palette, or just a new way to explain a certain emotion. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's infinite, right? There's different places and feelings and encounters, and like you hear a song and you're like, oh damn, like that's that's how I would say that. That's how I would paint that, you know?
Yeah.
And it's cathartic, and it's like therapy when you hear a song that you really connect with. Yeah. So like just doing that from, you know, both sides of that, you know, and being inspired, and trying to want to step it up and be able to create more opportunities for people to relate or communicate something complex through music. You know? Which
artists are there any particular art forms or artists or writers or painters or anybody that you particularly connect with?
That's a tough one, because once you start naming them, then the list is so long. Yeah. But I was into beat poetry for a long time. Always been into jazz. John Coltrane is my favorite, I'd say.
Okay.
And the list is long, but starting early on, at least in hip hop, it was like Run DMC and Freestyle Fellowship, specifically AC Alone, and you know, like Wu-Tang, and just shit that's just a different. Would you say you like model your style after them, or is it just about? I don't think so. I don't think I have that much control over what comes out, to be honest. Yeah. But no, it's just, you know, what inspired you early on, what you like listening to, and that, in a way that's a little separate than the writing process, because you're really on an island when you're doing that, and you know, trying to bridge over to where people can like understand what the fuck you're saying. Yeah. Because it doesn't always come out right. You know what I mean?
So how do you bridge that gap between, I mean, is it just a lot of editing? Is it like when you hear the beat, something clicks, or how do you bridge that gap of like getting it from here to the ears and having it translate?
I don't know. Can you guys answer that for me? That's that's a tough. I mean, a lot of hours listening to the same beat over and over, and writing and staring at those intimidating lines on the paper, or the cursor blinking, taunting you. But you know it when it's done, and when you say something that really says what you're trying to say. Sometimes I'll just catch a feeling when I hear the beat first, and then chase that the rest of the 3 years. Trying to get that down and pin that down, and you know, playing Scrabble with your words and moving shit around.
Yeah. How do you keep from getting discouraged? Because like 3 years is a long time. You know, like how do you keep
like
it going?
Like playing shows and being inspired by the community, and you know, I'm always working on new songs, and so that development, people might not see that, but it's happening. You know what I mean? So it's like all the shit NASA's doing. Like, we don't know now, but we're going to be on like real hoverboards in like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like it's happening, but
it's behind the scenes.
It's behind the scenes. Yeah. So
Cool. And you're going to be at the Wednesday show coming up on the 31st. Is that correct?
Which one is this?
Performing at the AC Lounge?
No.
Wrong. That's wrong.
But I'm gonna be there most likely. Yeah, that's like that's one of the dopest lineups. That place holds it down, and go this Wednesday. All right, it's this Wednesday, 31st. Which camera are we talking about? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. That one up there. No.
Yeah, that's the That's gonna be a dope show. Go to that. Cool. Go to that.
All right. Well, without further ado, we got Id the Poet, and thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Shout out Axiom Radio for putting this on. Free parking and shit, though. Turn this one up just a little bit more, please. What up, internets? Close those other apps. There's no reason we can't change the season, the time and place. At least better move away from anything that leaves us weak and vacant. Chase it to taste it, wasting every day that we try to make it. With no destination, repeating the same basic operation. Occupation by nature is suspended animation, expecting different results, going insane, doing the same thing, feeling the same sting. It's time to refine the quest to question or less address it. Mad professor, fathom that I'm teaching them lessons. I'm the one that's learning from you two, trying to define the laws that we're used to by our usage and what we're producing. Cause for some, love ain't computing. Nope. Move with the pressure, better let it go before it's overblown. Taking a breath and let's collect ourselves, cause no one's going home. Full moon and fire, water consumed. The staring through the room of people sipping Molotovs, all pointed back at you, the Judas. Thinking you're doomed, but no one gives a fuck, you're human. Dancing in the ruins of stupid decisions and confusion. There's a war inside our heads, paranoia, pressure building, fed by stress and buying into insecurity and lies instead. Paranoia will employ you, gotta pay the pharmacist and lawyer. In the foyer, the loyalty's folding that for the tossing the door to the fire. Touching that foam in the fire, dragging our names right through those skulls. Life's a river we're swimming against this current, so icy cold. Do they get it? Nope, gone with the fishes. Wish list in this bottle, drifting, fixing to switch it up from cigarette butts and cable television. Try something different, sudden instance of indecision. Beating offensive, flying over the walls and fences. Swimming with fins and climbing over the prison system. Dropping in on the enemy, ending their defenses. Listen to flash, back to the future, suturing wounds from bullets and shrapnel short. Fuses are burning inside of our skulls, wondering how we can make it explode. Filter our vision right into this prison, we're primitive prison we seek and we get to release, and where freedom is constantly missing. We're gonna teach it, right as a teething, reaching the fiend and the fiending for reason to see why inside they're feeling that freezing. Bleeding for heathens who hide for healing instead. They're the ones committing treason. Either they hide us with pepper spray, taxes, or fees, or they hide it behind the facade they believe in, or they burn it down, make it sound so loud that they can't drown out. Make it sound so loud that they can't drown out. Either they hide us with pepper spray, taxes, or fees, or they hide it behind the facade they believe in, but they burn it down, make it sound so loud that they can't drown out. Make it sound so loud that they can't drown out. We know, we'll try to find another way to bend the light and message. Yeah. We could turn this one up a little bit, Mr. Xavier. Yeah. It's called Seasons. Watch these wanderlust fiends wander lost, dreaming in HD, freezing in the winter, convinced that it's spring. Our inner monsters divide and conquer us. Stomp our trust, crush the vibe, the cost of love. The odds are tough when you're feeling down and the climb is up. The climate sucks when the timing has you bleeding and stuck. An endless summer for some that suffer under the sun. Autumn weather's better, but winter's only begun. Watch the remains decompose from the previous years. Exposed bones crumble under the pressure of fear. Singing wish you were here into the rear view mirror. Seasonal pain, but seasons change and the reasons clear, breaking the chains.
Seasons change, but this feeling remains. Hasn't been the same since you went away. Long days await me, even longer nights filled with pain. Feel like I'm going insane since you went away, since you went away.
Embrace the change, cause autumn endures longer than summer. Before you know it, it all returns. Hear it coming, a falling leaf drifting down from the tree, fertilizing the soil, the cycle bringing life to the seed. Sun glowing, snow melts, time lapse, stop motion. Rain soaks the frozen ground till something started growing. Motionless in a moment to watching the world going and spinning in circles, ignoring this lonely soul's torment. Intense disposition, temperature always shifting. Hurricane in the brain, temperamental storm system. Even in the Aries varies from Zen to hysteria. We all barely make it. The seasons are burning, try to bury it. Summer shines for fall, winter dies for spring. Some drown, mouths open, all struck by the lightning. We all rise from ashes to sink in between this darkness and light to shine on the minds of the free. Language is when it's anchored in anxious text. Times change like the endless summer, but others are vexed. Souls to slumber for all of the souls that never slept. Again, we changing our places to die within, breaking the chain.
Seasons change, but this feeling remains. It hasn't been the same since you went away. Long days await me, even longer nights filled with pain. Feel like I'm going insane since you went away, since you went away.
Shout out Open Optics and Abby, Cosmic Seas for producing this one. Yeah, we're changing our places to die within. Yeah. Aristotle dropped knowledge with no internet at college, so the constellations constantly changing as he was walking across the land globe trotting, talking blasphemy to the priest, power brokers holding hostage to instincts and Eratosthenes the knees. A seer with no satellite, but truth he saw with these. He said, this they are to see how the shadows of the trees bend differently from Aswan to Alexandria by 7 degrees. Didn't follow the simple mathematics. Yeah.
Ocean meets the sky,
and the heavens above, said the Lord the Most High. The earth is beneath the grand dome of the sky. In front of the earth is the water, then why believe in the infidel spherical lies? Well, a couple reasons. For one, how about the seasons? Change like constellations to travel in the region. A lunar eclipse, a curved shadow on the moon. The sun's angle of elevation and shadows at noon. He drew on ancient knowledge and basic trigonometry. No science fiction book written by shepherds and kings, related to the masses by pharaohs and priests. Metaphorical data translated by those that could read manipulated logic. Then ask you to leap over the chasm of the canyon. Just gotta believe. Have faith while you're falling past all of the sheep, cause you fell off when you took that leap. You fell off. It didn't follow the simple mathematics.
ocean meets the sky,
and taking the lead. It didn't follow the simple mathematics.
ocean meets the
You
sky.
fell off. All right. Don't waste my time telling me how dope you rhyme, how you're smoking seeds down to the filter with more similes than a third grade grammar class. I'm sorry, I think I'll take a pass. You tried to make me think, but instead I had to laugh. Understand that you never were good at math, so you grabbed the pen and called it your craft. Set the snare and kick, then added the clap. And if it hits, but just recognize the difference between an MC and poet. One master craftsman, murderous cold marksman, cut him in half, cracking more cartilage than Mr. Carter did, moving contraband through many compartments, malicious captions, murder the captain, military conquest, mission called for more confidence, madness, cure for medicine, culture makes mistakes, coffins get made, contagious mind state. Control all money, craving its calamity. Miserable cycle, maniacal cry for miracles. Karma made a crash, martyr collapse. Meditation critical, march for concepts. $1 million in cash, miscalculated, misunderstood, collected more than capable. My cardioid microphone was cheap, mockery. Caveman, consider machines as complimentary. Consider my craft as magic, meaning carved creatively, multiplied with no compromise to mystify the crowds with the musical complexities. That's what I mean when I say MC. When I say MC, to shoot the messenger. If the meter don't measure up to the text, stay in step and save your breath. I understand you like to talk, but the rhythm's the context. If you can't stay on time, then my ears fall deaf. No matter the focus or depth metaphor, the matador never hedges bets on the bowl. So if it hits, but recognize the difference between an MC and poet. Let's rewind that one right there. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Make some noise, internet. Ha, what's that? You're so soft-spoken, it's hard to hear you talk when your face won't open. But then again, I can pass on your ignorance, gibberish, talking that ish like the little fish. It's so ridiculous. Tell me where my minutes when the cartoon vulture with the knife and the sales pitch. A little birdie with a song and a lot of spit. He could single-handedly make the whole plot twist with folklore and a lot of myths. Trying to constantly drop the knowledge like anonymous. Moral of the story, should've never listened to it. Either should you, cause you can feel yourself getting stupid. No love like the sound of a dying Cupid choking on his bloody tongue from buying right through it. A work of fiction based on a true story. It ain't the truth cause your truth is too boring.
Every road as it unravels your soul. The story is told, the battle is old. Never be by and we can never be sold. Wherever you go, the medicine show.
Fixing up the facts and polishing the turd till it shines just enough to turn your bullshit into words. He's selling a miracle cure for lepers and outcasts. The many impure priests confessing the lewd acts. Fool me with the chance to jerk at an 18-pack in a month and no work. Downer doesn't even begin to sum it up. More like Eeyore listening to The Cure unplugged while cutting himself, singing Friday I'm in love. The rest of the week I'm peddling miracle drugs from town to township in the back of my truck. Cures for the sick, the lonely, the twisted and stuck. A couple bucks for some snake oil. Step right up, the selling indulgences by the ton. This is the medicine show, and we're glad you could come. Now give me a soul. Yeah. It's another one off my last album called Work Epic. Work Epic. You can find it at all the fine internet retailers. Yeah. We're all slave servants for the same damn serpent who usurps our intelligence and sense of purpose. It serves hard work, only serves the worthless under the sun. Blood, sweat, tears, and worship, whatever you want. Plenty of goats to give up, a host to those souls from the hoods to the haunts that have licked the flames but still remain so numb. Scared of the light like shadows retreated from the sun, provoking us awake. Another busted face, so tired and defeated and late for the race. No appetite for the hustle, only hunger for fame. Wasted walking sideways down the alleyway. Wax figurines, watching their lives and dreams vaporize as they drip under the hot concrete. So copy me on your suicide note, so I could forward it on and use it in the personal post. The brick in the wall, so there's a smoke in the car. Praise to the almighty love, or whatever pleasure comes from your drugs. Gets grounded in minds and the diamonds and stocks. Act shocked when your profile drops low. Rick rolled by rich trolls. They're paddling water and pissing in the well hole. The sensors can't protect my senses. My brain's long been engined and kicked in. Bound, tortured, nearly killed within an inch of living. Numb to the violence, sex dumbed down in silence. Bleeding on the sidewalk as people stop, talk and take pictures of lenses. Got a fracture of vision, written in apathy is programmed as part of the system. Everybody's got a little bit of it in them. Primitive hunger to hunt and spit venomous bars. And then unlimited intravenous darts into the neck of the beast, until the ends it revolves. I'm just a part of the organism, a piece of the system. I would say a cog, but it's more odd than everything worship God. Just a piece of the system, the one that's robbing us blind. That's my hand they're using, and that's my mind. I'm just a part of the organism, the piece that was missing. And I feel this pain so much that I can't even use my brain. Yeah, got a few more for you guys. Once again, I'm the poet. Let's rewind that one, man. Sneaking up on me here, DJ. And that's alright. Yeah. Here we go. I'm sorry in advance for the same entertainment. There's no room for more of the same shit. See, I'll show you how to ball without monthly payments. 1 in 50, all I got is my 2 cents. And you could use it to start another movement. Ain't no commercial break that's written within this blueprint. I'll never switch in my style for special interest. And if you don't stay tuned, you'll leave with the shoe print. Slipping into the darkness like a solar eclipse, and leaving you lasting impressions like wet cement. I'm questioning their sole intent. Is it for the business or the music? Are they in love with pushing art, or in love with pushing units? See, money has nothing to do with my expression, except for be the chains that restrain my inflection. Art is life, you can't separate the two apart. Disclaimer, what's your aim here? We bring the message for you to entertain it. This ain't entertainment, none of the same shit for the brainless. Disclaimer, what you aim here, we bring the message for you to entertain it. None of the same shit, yeah. They got us stuck on American Idols, and what we really need are leaders, cause we're lost and direction is vital. Head first into ever impending doom, stuck sitting in the rooms consumed by pop tunes, feeling blue. Cause they bought all the beautiful hues and they sell them back to us, all new and improved. You see, knowledge is given, but they're charging us for wisdom, when these powers that be shine the light through the prism. The color shift, change shape, dimension, twist up for logic to keep truth hidden while they're pushing the product. Now that our vision is blurred, they turn around and try to market us secure. Dinosaurs must die cause it's our mission. We gotta be the comet and burn them into extinction. So listen please, download and stream our CDs, become the industry and set music free. Disclaimer, what you aim here, we bring the message for you to entertain it. This ain't entertainment, none of the same shit with the brains. The song's out of my 2010 album called Rain Check right here. It's about beating the devil. I sit on my spine, centered inside of the bottle. I'm talking to no one tonight. Walking along this crooked chalk line like God's still life. I'm lifelike, trying to light this blip and still feel alive with these thunder clouds behind my eyes. I'm skywriting these punchlines and I'm punch drunk by lunchtime, but it ain't from the love of the sunshine. These memories and their flawed designs. See, I killed her twice within my rhymes. Stepping towards the scepter light, life support. I hold this mic, breathe out so predictable as I'm limping away with someone's soul. Listening close to how they pray. How can I speak with nothing to say? Lost in spies, just not today. Fought for something I'm giving away. Shopping for something to cover the stains. Willing to pay for the sum of my rain. Someone in rain to water my grave. Growing the roots surrounding my face. Yeah, I'll come back to the earth one day. I've earned this right to run away to the crossroads where I kept my soul. Now the devil sings the song I wrote. A phoenix drinking a half a glass of gasoline, laughing and climbing the ladder with oily wings, spreading them as that bastard sings at me, singing my song. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. I'm shooting my mouth with rhythm and quotes and gears and spokes and hopes the system will choke when the lights go out. I'm looting this route for smokes, grabbing some charcoal and chicken to go, taking you home, getting you stoned, sitting in front of the fire, we'll watch the city burn slow, over and over, glowing the embers explode, the curtain arose, revealing the scene, please rescue me, God from the machine, I've done my part and played my scene, obscene with all this frequency, touching my TV to feel the sting of the static, tragic side of me. I've acclimated to the irony, like an elevator racing down from God's lobby where the ground meets your sky, where my eyes meet your ceiling, feeling the bricks stacked so thick, walls that won't show any feeling. We don't need their science to know our silence is always more revealing, and I'm feeding the meaning only when she asks me. While I'm teething on the sleeve strap to tighten the straight jacket so I can just scratch my back, tailor fitted around my ribs so when I laugh I can't breathe in. I'd rather win than live to last than have to see that devil grin. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. I can't wait for you to do what you're gonna do. Yeah. All right, real quick, can you back that up one more time, please? I just want to say a little something to the people that are joining us here. This is the track off my new album called Ancient Graffiti. It's dropping pretty soon. Yeah. This is Pompeii, my fossil record is a long play. I walk amongst statues, captured in the wrong place, frozen in the ashes with fear and the faith. In the image of God, the limits of the human race. Hell's wind rains down from outer space. Heavens are praying upon the heathens, open season, no one's safe. Even from within the gated palatial estates, poor folks who couldn't even afford to escape. Decorated fate, traded for decadent ways. Blame it on the rings of the king or the rings of a slave. Shackled in place, the rap is the same. Present time petrified as all of our lives are freeze framed. You drive away, driving away, or rob at the bank. Protect the children, better go and cover your face. The pain we papered over with prayers of the heirs of these demons. Run for your lives or die for the same reasons. Pompeii, we paint our pictures the same way. Inscriptions on walls open for moments of fame. Is this the longest day, or are we frozen in place? Captured exactly where you're at right now, or will you be? The uprising failed, so they all became jaded. With brothels and casinos, they partied harder than Vegas. Celebrating the volcano, got a debaucherous occasion. At first they didn't realize the ground beneath was shaking. Old walls swaying under the weight of the ages. Ancient graffiti and written Sanskrit from pagans. Artists advertising their names to get famous. Drunken poems and worries about the love and hatred. These wasted rebels scrolling songs on the pavement. Sage wisdom phrases painted by faded vagrants. The city was hungover, had a headache, rude awakening when ash started falling like snow in August with a strange scent. This is Pompeii, we paint our pictures the same way. Inscriptions on walls open for moments of fame. Is this the longest day, or are we frozen in place? Captured exactly where you're at right now, where will you be? It's my last song, it's called Climb From Your Grave. Thank you all for rocking, those of you that tuned in. Climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this fuck being slave. I'll put a slug to the head of the king if he disrespects my people again. Climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this mind state and awake, and awake. This ain't gonna be our final day. And Almighty God is what he said to me in vain. Bred to be the leader of this nation created so great. But means of bloodshed, our wrath of freedom leaves him dead. Seeing red, white, and blue, God bless, amen for you. Hijack religion for the reason of the mission. Missiles fired from the Christians, what's the difference? We die in every instance, isn't God for all of us? Allah, Buddha, Jah with different versions. Confused, we're left cursing humankind, refusing to help all of those we left behind. Cause religion separates when we need to combine. No philosophers left in the limelight, it's obvious why. Experts on CNN already retired, but they don't know shit and dictate our fate, so every nation hears it. Survey says that we support war, but for talking heads, it's what they work for, not what the people want. We don't want to watch our people die. Climb from your grave, make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this fuck being slave. I'll put a slug to the head of the king if he disrespects our people. It's time to climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this mind state and awake, and awake. This ain't gonna be our final day. I'll remain transfixed by the fading innocence of a planet trapped in orbit, one dimensional and morbid like Cortez. I've explored it, been to the edge of the world to see that no one can control it. Just exploded and exploded, so they packaged it and sold it. Guess I should have voted instead, I just wrote it down, but I got stuck, decided between a crook and a clown. And which one would look better wearing a Burger King crown? We're at war now, I guess I should shut my mouth. Unequal power distribution, elite few combine to form a dangerous fusion, diluting truths, using the wag grooves that they're choosing. Omnipresence through wiretaps and taking our freedom back. The Patriot Act in case we attack. Privacy hacks take the power back to see the ivory tower fall and crumble to its knees. Watch it fall and crumble to its knees. Climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this fuck being slave. I'll put a slug to the head of the king if he disrespects our people. Time to climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this mind state and awake, and awake. This doesn't have to be a final day. Climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this fuck being slave. I'll put a slug to the head of the king if he disrespects my people again. Climb from your grave and make haste. There's no time to waste. Let's overthrow this mind state and awake, and awake. This ain't gonna be our final day. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Axiom for having us in such a dope lineup. I got no business coming after these cats, man. Make some noise at your little computer at home or your tiny little screen. Either way, however you're watching, thank you for supporting. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming out. So it was Radio Axiom, Session 21, shining a light on San Diego's hip hop scene. Big thanks to Skinny Vinny, Milky Wayne, Id the Poet, and Real J Wallace. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday night with us. And everybody at home who tuned in, huge thanks to Memo for letting us use this amazing space. Big thanks to Phoebe for helping us with the setup and the strike. Strike's coming up next, yeah. And of course, Xavier Vasquez, who produces this whole ordeal. Just a little reminder for everybody watching at home, we've got shows coming up with some of these guys that you just saw. July 28th, that's tomorrow at the Casbah. Rick Scales, D Love. I'm going to say this wrong. Arts Units, Facebook page. That's where you can find this info. Holyfield. I don't know what that means, but there you go. August 3rd, the Neighbors Festival in National City. It's a beer garden with other performers. The proceeds for that show goes to arts. That's a reason to survive in National City. Go support. Wednesdays at the AC Lounge is Hip Hop Night. This coming Wednesday, July 31st, Milky Wayne and Skinny Beanie are going to be there, plus a whole bunch of others. And August 8th at Bar Pink, again, Wayne and Vinny will be performing there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And just keep making music, keep making art, and keep up with the DIY, because no one else is going to do it. Have a good night.